I'm a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Night 5, and welcome back to Fortnight at Frenni's Fazclaires, I think it's called. I can never remember the name of this game. Tonight, there's a light rainstorm moving through the area. No thunder or lightning, but enough wetness to require an umbrella. When I get myself into the club, the sounds of the girls practicing on stage hit my ears. Bonfi's jamming out on her guitar, while Chiku is backing up Frenni's vocals. Fexa is in the background providing electric keyboard and dancing elements. The girls all smile when they notice me, but keep practicing as I head for the security office. As expected, there's a task list waiting for me next to the laptop. 1. Ensure the animatronics practice their new song and dance. 2. Prepare pizza dough for the day shift. Replace broken camera watching VIP area. 4. Restock the bar's vodka. 5. Do not fuck the animatronics. Pretty straightforward list of all things considered. I've gotten used to him saying not fucking the animatronics at this point. In any event, I might as well knock out the first task since the girls are already practicing. I scurry back to go sit at the bar while the girls wrap up their current song. Much like my second night here, Frenni pointed in my direction and announces into the microphone. Let's practice that song, girls. Bonfi adjusts her guitar and Fexa turns a few knobs on her keyboard. Then both start belting out dark synth tunes as Frenni steps forward to sing. Data under scrutiny doesn't lie as time is running out. I can't hear the music, by the way, for anyone wondering. No one wants to die if we're able to encourage. Nobody wants to die if we're able to engage on this careful plan. You have my word to save whatever we can. The lyrics so far are haunting and ominous, if you say so. I'm lost in the spectacle as Chiku joins in for the chorus. All decisions coalesce, everything is under fire, risk and reward are equal partners here. Fueling our truest desires, and our success may leave a few behind. The greater good worth several lives. Precision now, so nothing is in vain. All signs are go, target acquired. What the fuck are they even singing about? Chiku falls off while Frenni urges forward for the next verse. They're all putting one hell of a show on. Fexa's moods are better than most K-pop or J-pop groups, and Bonfi is shredding on that guitar. Quietly dream as we scope the night, execute the mission. When our pulse is high, doing the right thing should be tactical and easy. Not when what is at stake is all of humanity. Chiku takes the chorus once more, her voice wavering with genuine emotion. All the I'm not singing again. Bonfi and Fexa launch into their breakdowns, putting normal musicians to shame. The song wraps up after the fade out. I rise clapping as the girls take a bow. I'm glad you all enjoyed that one. You've been a wonderful crowd tonight. Any requests from the audience? Sing what you want, girls. I'm just here to supervise. They all look at one another. Frenni winks before all of them nod as one. Bonfi starts strumming a cool, relaxed, mellow beat, while Fexa abandons her keyboard to go be a backup dancer, with Chiku behind Frenni. Compared to the last song, this one is all focused on the vocals instead of the constant backing track. Never know how much I love you, never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me a fever. Frenni, Chiku, and Fexa start sliding off their clothes in tune with the music. I can tell Fexa's the one behind the choreographing. as she's just a touch more confident with her twirls and curves. You're making it easy to make thumbnails. Some nice art. Chiku's a little more awkward while Frenni's eyes are locked on me the entire time. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, a fever all through the night. Sun lights up the day, moon lights up the night. I light up when you call my name. And you know I'm gonna treat you right. You give me fever when you kiss me. Fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning and a fever all through the night. The song abruptly stops. There on account of Bonfi's guitar breaking a string. She swears as Frenni covers for her. Just a minor malfunction, folks. We'll be back in a moment. She blows a kiss directly at me as the stage lights dim. When the lights come back up, the girls aren't there anymore. I really need to figure out how they're getting away so quickly and quietly like that. Still, I got 2 serenades and got to see some of them strip. That's a win in my book. Guess that means I've got some other tasks to do. Alright, so we don't see any of the girls in the pictures. We'll replace the camera. Next on my list of the nightly task is to replace that camera watching the VIP area. But first, I attempt to roll back the footage to see what caused this one to break. When I do, I'm greeted by a black screen and the words "footage deleted." I have no means of recovering the footage. Ah well, might as well replace the broken camera. By the time I finish the new camera, the girls are back performing. I watch them for a bit from upstairs until my phone vibrates in my pocket. When I check, it's the same mysterious blocked number that's left me another cryptic message. You aren't listening. I keep trying to help, but you aren't listening. Why aren't you listening? Perhaps I should prove how serious I am. You need to quit your job now before it's too late. You think he won't do that to you? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm willing to listen if you tell me who you are. I'm the one who came before. We should meet. I'll contact you later when it's safe. What do you mean? Why wouldn't it be safe? Weird. With that handled, I return to my nightly duties. What task should I do next? Restock the vodka seems like it'll be easy. The vodka restocking is easy enough. I take the extra care not to drop or damage any of the expensive bottles worth more than I make in a year. Why Smith trusts me to do such a job is confusing, but so is everything else about this job. The only benefit is that I get to see a little more of the girls' performance once they return to the stage. They finish up right as I do at the bar. Chiku and Bonfi head towards the staff area while Fexa and Frenni approach me directly. Have fun watching, Miss Black? A ton, yeah. Between everyone singing and the dancing, I wish I could have another set of eyes. Bah, that was nothing special. I've done better before. Well, it was stimulating. Sorry, I was fixing my monitor. Well, it was stimulating what you girls are going. What are you girls going to do now? That depends on you, Miss Black. You're supposed to watch us perform tonight, and I'm feeling particularly stimulated. But we can't. Nothing says you can't watch us to get at it. Tempting, oh so tempting, but I feel like Smith would still yell at me even if that's a loophole. Oh well, come on, Fexa, let's go have some fun. Frenni slaps Fexa's ass and starts to pull her away. Fexa looks at me as if to say, save me, before she accepts being dragged elsewhere. You are not getting away from that bear. Oh hey, look who's there. It's a good thing we actually did do this one. Look good, it's the chicken. Chiku is right about Smith adding pizza stuff to the list now that I know about the hidden pizzeria. I recall which switches to toggle for the backstage lift and descend into the basement. To my surprise, Chiku is already down there working on the pizza dough. Fancy seeing you here, Chiku. Oh, hi, Jane. I saw that Mr. Smith tasked you with prepping work and thought I'd help out. That's rather kind of you. Thanks for the assist. Don't mention it. Part of the reason so much dough needs to be prepared is because I had a few pizza parties during the day shift. People really like our pizza, even though it cost a bunch. It's easy to persuade them to buy it, especially if I offer a hand feed it to them. I wink and move to one of the adjacent prep stations. I can't imagine why. More time with you is a blessing. Chiku grins from ear to ear as we both tackle making pizza dough. She wasn't lying with how much we have to prep. The club must go through the army's worth of pizza during the day. The good news is that the work is simple, albeit time-consuming. That gives me time to chat with Chiku. So, what's your favorite kind of pizza? Probably supreme or classic pepperoni. You? Anything with garlic and cheese gets my vote. But never had garlic on pizza. Not really a garlic eater. Even pineapple? We don't talk about heresy like that, not in the open. We both share a laugh before I move to another topic. Any juicy or funny stories from working here? Let's see. There was that one time Thexa accidentally switched her keyboard with a high BPM during a performance. I've never had pineapple on pizza. I just do cheese or like pepperoni sometimes, depending on the type of pepperoni it is. It was a slow song too, so suddenly hearing 200 BPM thudding out got everyone laughing. Frenni, Bonfi, and I all leaned into it though. Soon we were dishing out high-energy polka. I remember the audience loving it, that even Mr. Smith wasn't entirely thrilled. Outside of that, the only other tidbit I can share is about meeting the pizzeria chef. When I first came down here, he was furious and French, a dangerous combination. You couldn't get an Italian? I can imagine what he'd say/do. He threw dough balls at me, saying that the robots have no place in the kitchen. He changed his tune, though, when Mr. Smith stepped out from behind me and got smacked in the face with dough. Oh dear, I bet Mr. Smith wasn't thrilled with that. Let's just say the chef was notably less hot-headed from then on out. Understandable. I'll note not to throw dough at Mr. Smith if I ever see him. Oh, sorry, I was moving my thing. That's probably a good idea. After another round of laughter, I press on with a couple more questions while we finish up. Do you have a favorite animal by chance? Probably a peacock. They're so colorful and pretty. What about you? I like peacocks. Wolves get my vote. Dragons if we include mythical beasts as well. Dragons are pretty cool. Too bad they aren't real. I know, it's a shame. Looks like we're getting to the last of it. So, one more question. What's your favorite genre of music? Easy. Synthwave and lo-fi. And it's lo-fi, sorry. And lo-fi. They're my favorite to listen to and perform. Makes sense. I like a wide variety of genres, though I tend to pick and choose individual songs rather than specific albums and artists. That just means you have a discerning musical palette. Maybe, and there we go. Last dough ball is ready. Thank you for your help, Chiku. Don't mention it. I'm always happy to help. Once all my tasks for the evening are complete, I have some time to myself. Backlog, here I come. After a few hours of watching videos on my phone, my shift comes to an end. I've made it through another night somehow. What, you can't just watch shit on the laptop? Night 5. We're just gonna keep going, because this would be a short episode if we didn't. Once I get home, I have some spare time before I have to sleep. By the way, welcome to everyone that's just joining the chat. I suppose I can catch up on that new Netflix series. I've heard good things about it before going to bed. Give me 1 second. I awake 9 hours later. Should I? Just have your fun. Just do it. I'm really loving the new show on Netflix. Who knew that live-action anime could be so entertaining? You're a lying little shit. The hour passes faster than expected. My alarm goes off and I head to work. How long is a fortnight? The sound of the light guitar riffs filters through the club when I get to work. I guess it's a work in progress and not a demo. Whoops. I expect to see the girls practicing on stage once more, but this time it's just Bonfi. She's seated on the edge of the stage, her legs dangling over the side as she hums to keep herself on beat. Hey Jane, you're early. Only by like 5 minutes. Still, it's better to be early than to be late. Here, Mr. Smith said I should give you this task list directly tonight. She hands me a list. Well, more like 2 bullet points. Test Bonfi's new conversation suit. Do not fuck the animatronics. New conversational suit. Yep, the customers kept complaining I wasn't stimulated enough for them, so Mr. Smith worked with his buddy to upgrade my subroutines. I feel like I have so many things to say and only so much time to say them. You certainly seem more animated. Well, if all I have to do is chat with you, then it'll be an easy night. Want to go sit at the bar or something? Bonfi hops off the edge of the stage and follows me to the bar. She leans over behind the stage and grabs a carrot to nibble and suck on. Do you actually need to eat? Can you taste things? I've always wondered. We can convert food stuff into extra energy or store it for later. You might already know this, but when customers try to drink with us, we store the liquor to put back in the bottle later. I feel like that's a health code violation on so many levels. Meh, it's not like we're contaminated it or anything. Besides, Mrs. Smith is all about cutting costs whenever possible. Speaking of your new program, have your commands been updated as well, or have they been removed? Her eyes flash red and blue before she answers. It'd be kind of nice to actually see that. A good amount has been updated, but I can't give you an exact number, security protocol and all that. Besides, that's boring stuff. Ask me something really juicy. Alright, which of the girls would you date if you could? That's a tough one. I think I'd have to go with Frenni, if only because she's got that whole Dama Mama vibe, and I'm totally down for that. Plus, with my music and her singing, we'd be unstoppable on stage. Reasonable, so you're really focused on making music then? I basically care about 3 things: music, sex, and making mixtapes to have sex to. I can't help but laugh a little at her honesty. Is that why you like being a stripper? It's a good workout, and I get to make people horny by watching me. People tend to make more honest with themselves when they're horny. I get to see a side of them that they don't often show to the world. That's oddly poetic in a way, though I do wonder why you haven't sent me any nudes yet. Is that because I'm not showing you the real me, as you put it? 2 reasons for that. 1, I don't think pictures or even videos capture my performance in dancing well. 2, I figured between the other girls, you wouldn't want/need any from me. Girl, if you send me one, I'll dedicate the entire session to it tomorrow. Fine, I'll send you one. Sweet, can you talk about the day shift at all? I'm curious what things are like when I'm not here. It's your standard lewd nightclub. Bunch of guys and a few girls come in to eat, drop terrible pickup lines, and basically fawn over me and the others. Mr. Smith talked about bringing on more girls to keep the demand, but her eyes flash red. But I can't talk about that. I note the roadblock and continue on. So, music. What's your favorite genre of song and band? Easy hard rock and metal for the first, and Pump It by Electric Callboy for the second and third. I'm not familiar with that one. She reaches to flick her right ear. Moments later, the song begins to play through her speaker. For the love of God, don't play it. On the surface, it's a song about working out, but I easily pick up the fucking undertones. She even plays a few more songs from the band to give me further taste. Good stuff. Is that why you went for guitar and bass as your first main instrument? Sorta, yeah. There's a visceral reaction to a good riff you can't easily replicate any other instruments working on their own. A good guitar can carry a show on its own in the right hands. Ever tried to draw or paint? You have singing, dancing, and music covered. Why not master another creative skill? Oh, I don't have the mind for physical art. Unless that physical art is sex, then I'm a virtuoso at it. Fair. Do you and the girls watch TV or film? Maybe we can do a movie night when there's free time? I can't answer that one, sorry. Odd, I tried different, though likely still blocked question. Of all the past night guards, who was your favorite and who lasts the longest? Oh, that's easy, That information is blocked, I'm sorry. Alright then, what's your favorite position? Ooh, tough one. I think I like the Flying Dutchman the most. The what? The Flying Dutchman, you suspend a guy from the ceiling above the bed, then fuck him doggy style while using your momentum to make him bounce. That sounds complex and a lot of setup. That's what makes it fun, though a more simple position I like is the Amazon. Somehow that tracks. If you could change one part of your frame, what would it be? And any reason? If you want to talk about it. Bonfie crosses her legs and leans on the bar. I've always wondered what having a cock would be like. What? Mr. Smith thought about developing such a thing for the more interesting clients that come in, but he decided it wasn't worth the cost to develop a detachable dick. Thank you. That's just weird. There's just not enough demand among the high-paying customers. Those that want to see cock want femboys, not Fuda. We're entering Fuda territory. Yeah, chat, we're not. Think he's got a femboy model in production then? No, just a new That information is blocked. I'm sorry. One last question. Then dogs, cats, and why? Dogs or cats and why? Cats, of course. I love a good pussy. Well, in my totally professional opinion, your conversation subroutines are doing great. Anything you wanted to ask me? It's kind of been one-sided. Bonfie thinks, then grins and asks, if you could only have one of us girls, which would it be? It would be really stupid to pick one. There's no right answer to that. You know there's no right answer to that one. Not that it doesn't get me fired up or hurting everyone's feelings. You know there's no right answer to that one. Not one that doesn't get me fired or hurting everyone's feelings. They forgot a word in there. Aw, but that makes it a fun question. But I understand, you're too nice to hurt anyone's feelings like that. That's what we like about you. Anyways, I should get back to my pod. The upgrade process took a lot of power and I'm running on dry here. Thanks for the fun chat, Jane. She hops off the stool and heads to the animatronics room. I note she's put more emphasis on her hips and ass as she walks, as if she's trying to lure me into following her. I check the time. I've got plenty of time to kill now that all my assignment tasks are done. There's a picture of cats and an endless scroll of funny videos to watch on my phone. After a few hours of swiping, my shift comes to an end. I've made it through another night somehow. The club isn't open Sundays, meaning I've got 15 hours to do whatever I want before my next shift. My paycheck for the week has also come in from Mr. Smith. He paid me more than I was expecting, probably because he thinks I'm a model employee. After paying my overdue rent and other bills, I'm left with $1,500 to spend as I wish. I'd have to leave now if I wanted to catch the business hours for most stores. Time to do some shopping. Where should I go? The fuck are you going to military surplus? What? Military surplus stores are a dime a dozen in this city, thanks to the military bases outside of the city. The key is picking a store that sells legit goods at decent prices. Frank's over on 28th Street should fit the bill for my purposes. The windows of the store are tinted as though the door is open. I was just thinking the same thing. I wish I had that much left after paying my bills. That'd be fucking nice. If the pet stopped getting sick, I'd probably have a little bit more. Inside, I can see rows of military paraphernalia. paraphernalia, as well as heavy locked display cases with actual guns in them. The owner, Frank, is a heavy-set balding man with a tattoo of the American flag on each bicep. Everyone's now getting depressed. Wonderful. That or Oh, you guys caught that one before I did. Yep, it's Frank Castle. Fuck! I didn't catch that one at first. Good job, Jay. Because I can't see the rest of your screen name, so I'm just going to say Jay. Welcome to Frank's. Welcome to Frank's. What can I get you? What should I buy? I feel like just saving my money. Fuck. What should we buy, chat? You guys want the guns? Does everybody want guns? Give you guys a minute to choose. Alright, so it looks like body armor won. That is expensive though. I don't plan on getting shot, stabbed, or otherwise attacked anytime soon. However, having body armor and not needing it is better than needing it and not having it. Frank sells me the best that fits me well and should be good against most knives and bullets. What should I buy? Are we gonna spend all our money in here, guys? Or should we save some of it? People wanted the camera. Oh, we'll get the thing that people want, don't worry. You guys are being pretty fair. If I want to capture footage of the club without Smith knowing, I'll need my own cameras. Luckily, Frank has a set of 3 wireless cameras that should fit the bill. Their batteries will only last a week, so if I put them somewhere, I'll have to retrieve them and recharge them regularly. Still a good purchase considering what equivalent smart home devices cost. So there, now you guys are getting everything you want. At the top of the list is a cool spy shit is night vision goggles. There's a bunch on the shelves and I pick up a random one and pay Frank. Now I'll be able to see in pitch black conditions. That might actually be good. That's it, we'll save. I'm gonna save because we may need to come back here for the gun. I return home with my purchases, ready to relax and do my own thing. Alright, you know what? Fuck it, let's buy it all. I've never owned a firearm before, but with recent events, I feel like I should get one. I point to a revolver in one of the display cases and ask if I should buy it. I actually have a revolver. Well, I have an old one from the 60s. You collecting or planning on using it for defense? The latter. Frank grunts and pulls out a stack of forms. Fill these out, you made a good choice. That's the greatest handgun ever made. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. But just be on the safe side, I'll give you 12. That's not bad. I set the filling out. Do you have a quick loader? I set out to fill the requisite paperwork. Most of it is government registration stuff to cover both Frank and mine's ass. Frank puts the gun into a black box along with the bullets. After I pay, he hands it over. Alright, anything else I can get you? Nothing else. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. We still got some money left over. I return home with my purchases, ready to relax and do my own thing. After some backlog cleaning, I turn in and get some much-needed shut-eye. I was not expecting buying a gun in one of these games. With the club closed, all my errands settled, I have a big stretch of time in which to make serious dents in my backlog of shows. It's the perks of having money. Yeah, it is. I even have time to try out a few new video game demos. Despite spending countless hours watching stuff, I feel like I've made next to no progress on my backlog. Even if I had more time before I had to sleep, there's just too many shows and movies in the queue. Oh well, time to get some shut-eye before heading back to work. I have plenty of time to exercise and handle other matters before leaving for work. Ugh, fuck it, just do it. I don't know why that's always asked, but whatever. The struggle. You know what? Let's do a long episode, everybody. To my surprise, Fexa is waiting for me in the reception area when I let myself into the club. She's leaning up against the wall. Whoop, that should not be on. She's leaning up against the wall in the expression somewhere between annoyance and boredom. Good, you're finally here. Need to talk to you alone, in private, it's important. Can you be more specific? Not in the open. Well, that's not cryptic at all. What should I tell? Like, I get a fucking choice? Oh, wow. Insist that she tells you or return to her pod. Sorry, I'm not about to risk getting in trouble with Mr. Smith by getting somewhere with you alone. If you can't tell me in the open, you'll have to return to your pod. Fine. I guess it was foolish for me to think you'd care. You didn't give me any other choices. She leaves without further complaint. I wonder what that was about. For now, I shrug it off and head to the security room. It's not like we had another choice in that. Waiting for me on the desk is a note with tasks from Mr. Smith. Clean up the repair area and do not fuck the animatronics. Looks like tonight will be fairly simple, all things considered. When I arrive in the animatronics repair area, the place is in severe disarray. Tools and supplies are strewn about the place like a mini tornado blew through. I wonder what might have caused all this. It's quite the mess, but it's nothing I can't handle. Once I'm done, I head back to the security room. I have free reign for the rest of the night. Time for funny cat videos, as is tradition at this time of night. Soon my shift comes to the end. I've made it through another night somehow. When I get home, there's nothing out of the ordinary. Not that I was expecting anything exciting. Sometimes I wonder what it'd be like to have a roommate or a girlfriend. Would it be chaos, or would it be something more pleasant? Something to think about as I catch some early Z's, I guess. When I wake up, I focus on a good meal, watching for more of my backlog. It's getting to be that time of night where I decide whether to get off or not. Go for it. So, we will do the next night next time, guys. Thank you for joining me.
Good night.